Hello everyone, I am Monica Hira from Rabal Convent School. Today, the topic of my explanation is Atoms and Molecules, Lesson 3 from NCERT book. Tiny unit particles of elements are known as atoms. The combined form of atom is called molecules. All matter is made up of small particles called atoms and molecules. Atoms cannot make bonding. They may possess the properties of matter. Molecules always have intermolecular and intramolecular forces and always make bonding. They always possess the properties of matter. Molecules always exist independently. Molecule cannot the reaction of two or more substances to give the products is governed by certain laws. These laws are called laws of chemical combination. On the basis of the results of experiments carried out by Antony Lavoisier, Joseph Proust, and John Dalton, certain laws of chemical combination concerning the composition of matter and chemical reactions were formulated. These laws of chemical combination are number 1, law of conservation of mass, and number 2, law of constant proportion. The first law is law of conservation of mass. This law was discovered in 1774 by the father of chemistry, Antony Lavoisier. According to this law, during a physical or chemical change, the total mass of the products remain equal to the total mass of the reactants. That is, there is neither increase or decrease in the total mass of the matter during a physical or a chemical change. For example, when calcium carbonate is heated, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide are formed. It has been found by experiment that if 100 grams of calcium carbonate is decomposed completely by heating, 56 grams of calcium oxide and 44 grams of carbon dioxide are formed. The second law is law of constant proportion. This law was given in 1799 by the French chemist Joseph L. Proust. According to this law, a pure chemical compound always contains the same elements combined together in the same proportion by mass. For example, water is a compound which always contains the two same elements, hydrogen and oxygen, in the same constant proportion of 1:8 by mass respectively. Dalton's atomic theory. There are some postulates phrased by John Dalton. Number 1. A sample of an element consists of many tiny particles called atoms. Number 2. Atoms can neither be divided, destroyed or created even during any chemical reaction. Atoms only combine to form new products. Atoms of the same element are identical in all respects, that is, shape, size, mass and other physical or chemical properties. Number 4. Atoms of different elements are characteristically different in all respects, that is, shape, size, mass and chemical properties. Number 5. Atoms combine in the ratio of whole numbers to form compounds. And number 6. The relative numbers and kind of atoms are constant in a compound. Dalton's atomic theory has been very useful in explaining certain experimental observations. Number 1. Dalton's atomic theory explains the law of conservation of mass because atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. When a reaction takes place, the atoms change their state of combination with other atoms. Number 2. This theory also explains the law of definite proportion. The theory explains the observation that all samples of a pure compound have exactly the same composition. But there are some limitations also of Dalton's atomic theory. Number 1. According to Dalton's atomic theory, the atom is indivisible. But the modern scientific investigations have clearly shown that the atom can be split into electrons, protons and neutrons. Number 2. The occurrence of isotopes have conclusively proved that the atoms of the same element are not alike. And number 3. The postulate that atoms of different elements have different masses is not true. There are atoms of different elements that have the same mass, such as argon and calcium. These atoms are called isobars. The atoms of different elements are represented by certain symbols known as atomic symbols. Dalton's symbols. Dalton was the first scientist who introduced the practice of using symbols to denote the atoms of different elements. The atoms of different elements are differentiated by different marking on these circles. Berzelius symbols. The symbols that are in use today were found by Berzelius. It is easier to write an abbreviated word than to draw a figure. For example, the letter H is used for the atoms of hydrogen, O for the atoms of oxygen, N for the atoms of nitrogen, C for the atoms of carbon, S for the atoms of sulfur, K derived from the kalium for the atoms of potassium. Berzelius symbols are used for representing atoms in the modern system. According to this system, the symbol of an element consists of the first letter of its common English, Latin, or Greek name. This letter is written as a capital letter. In cases where the first letter is common for two or more types of atoms, a two-letter system is used as a symbol for the atoms. In this case, the first letter is followed by another letter not in common. The first letter is written as capital letter while the second letter as the small letter. The total number of all types of atoms in one molecule of a substance is called its atomicity. A molecule may therefore contain one or more kinds of atom. Based upon the number of atoms, the molecules can be classified as follows. Number 1. Monoatomic molecules, that is, molecules consisting of only one atom. Noble gases exist as monoatomic molecules. These are helium, neon, argon, krypton and xenon. Polyatomic molecules contain more than one atom. These are further classified as diatomic molecule. These molecules consist of two atoms either same as hydrogen H2, chlorine Cl2, oxygen O2, etc. or different atoms as in hydrogen chloride HCl, carbon monoxide CO, sodium fluoride NaF, etc. Triatomic molecules. These molecules contain three atoms. Example of triatomic molecule consist of same kind of atoms in is ozone O3, CO2, H2O, H2S, NO2, etc. Tetraatomic molecules. These molecules consist of four atoms. Example PCl3, NH3, P4, etc. Pentaatomic molecules. These molecules consist of five atoms. Example CH4, HNO3, CCl4, etc. The combining capacity of an element is known as its valency. With the help of valency, we can find out how the atoms of an element combine with atoms of another element to form compound. A compound formed by a metal and a non-metal consists of charged particles. The metal atom carries the positive charge and non-metal atom carries the negative charge. An ion is a charged particle and can be negatively or positively charged. A positively charged ion is called cation, while negatively charged ion is called anion. When a group of atoms are joined together and carry a charge, a polyatomic ion is formed. For example, ammonium ion NH4 is a polyatomic cation which is made up of one atom of nitrogen and four atoms of hydrogen and carries a positive charge. Similarly, a sulfate ion SO4 is a polyatomic anion which is made up of one atom of sulfur and four atoms of oxygen and carries two negative charge. There are certain rules for writing a chemical formula. Number 1. The valencies or charges on the ion must balance. If a compound consists of a metal and a non-metal, the name or symbol of the metal is written first. For example, calcium oxide, sodium chloride, iron sulfide, etc. Where oxygen, chlorine and sulfur are non-metals and are written on the right, whereas calcium, sodium and iron are metals and are written on the left. In compound form with polyatomic ions, the ion is enclosed in a bracket before writing the number of to indicate the ratio. In case the number of polyatomic ion is 1, the bracket is not required. For example, NaOH. Thanks for listening and stay safe.